Hi everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to be showing you how to install and use an AI model completely on your computer. And there's going to be a multitude of benefits, whether that is being able to use this on the plane or train, which I'm sometimes able to use when people can't use some of the AI features online, whether that's being able to use AI for free without paying, right? Because there's usually a limit. And third of all, your data security and privacy, right? If you're scared of, for example, you have sensitive data going to the web or to one of these AI services, then you can completely keep it safe within your desktop. So now I'm going to be showing you real quick how to be able to do this. It's actually way easier than it seems. And we're going to be going to a website called Ollama. So I'm going to just type into Google Ollama, Ollama. So Ollama is a application that allows you to run some of these leading AI models locally on your computer. Now, what it means is that they're actually going to be a little bit smaller. Some of these really big models are hundreds of billions of so-called parameters, or 400 billion parameters, for example, but we're going to be using some of the smaller models, which are in the range of 3 to around 12 billion parameters. This means that they still are highly performant and helpful. They're maybe not the biggest models possible, but they've actually become surprisingly good because there's a movement towards small language models and these being really high performant. So I'm going to start off by just clicking download. So it's a desktop app and you can download it for whichever service works for you. So I'm just downloading Ollama here now, and we're just going to wait for it to load. There we go. We've installed it. Now we can open it up. And there we go. We have Ollama here. I'll move it into my applications. And then if I look for Ollama here, I can double click it. Note that when you install Ollama, it's not going to be like an open kind of desktop app. As you can see here, I can kind of click next and I can click install. And here I just put my computer password. And then this is an example of how to run it. But right now you'll see here on the right that Ollama is running, but I don't see anything else. And so next what we want to do is we want to open Finder or your equivalent on whichever operating system you're using. And we're going to go to applications and you want to open up something called the console. So this is typically in the utilities folder. So there's a utilities folder in your applications. I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on what's called the terminal in Mac. I believe it's called console in Windows. And I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. And this is typically what you see in these kind of coding movies where this is where someone hacks into the system, etc. The terminal just allows you to have access to the different functionalities of your computer. So I'm now going to write Ollama. And as you can see here, it gives me all of the commands that you can run with Ollama. And if I go back to Ollama, there's different models that we can install. And so here's a whole bunch of models that you can look. I'm going to be using the Mistral Nemo one. It's one of kind of the leading and recent ones. So I'm going to copy this command, Ollama run Mistral Nemo, and I'm going to paste it here. So if I run this, it's going to pull the manifest, and you're going to have to wait a bit for this whole model to basically load. So as you can see here, it's 7 gigabytes, so it's going to take a while until it fully loads. But you can also go back and take a look at some of the other models. One thing that you might notice is that they're different sizes. So here it's 7 gigabytes on our computer. It also means that it might be a bit slower than some of the smaller models. So here, for example, we have Mistral 7B, which is 7 billion parameters. So it's almost half the size of this Mistral Nemo one. And it has 6.1 million polls, so 6.1 million downloads. This is just Nemo is a more recent and up-to-date version, a bit bigger one. It also has a bigger context length. So context length means the size of tokens or the inputs that you can send the AI model. So typically when you're in one of these chat services, you can send let's take, for example, that one token is roughly 3/4 of a word. Let's just assume it's one word. You can send something like 128,000 words, right, to this model. So it's going to be more powerful, this one, but this Mistral 7B one is going to be a little bit faster. So you can look at some of the other ones. There's this large model, for example, but that's 123 billion parameters, which is a lot bigger. And so you can experiment and see some of the others. There's also a vision model, which is quite interesting. So these are ones that you can actually feed images into as well. And there's other ones for tools, but traditionally there's some of the more normal ones which you can use. And I'll just fast forward on this video, and you can see the outcomes once we've been able to fully download all of the models. Hi everyone, welcome back. So I've now just fast forwarded and already installed the Ollama Mistral Nemo model. I've also in the background installed, apart from Mistral Nemo, I've also just installed Mistral, which is the 7 billion parameter model, which is a smaller one. So for example, if I run here and I do Ollama run Mistral, here I get a chat interface that I can run even with no internet. So I can run hi there. And it's going to be able to respond to me. So this is Run Mistral is that smaller model. So it's able to reply quite a bit faster. And I can say like draft a client email. Oh, I misspelt it, but it still understood what I said. And you can do Control D to get out of the loop. So we'll just wait until it finishes. So I'll just exit this, but so I'll just create a new window. But if I want to, for example, use the bigger model, but if here, for example, I want to use the bigger model, I can do Mistral Nemo, run Mistral, Ollama run Mistral Nemo, and I can say hi there. And it'll also generate a response, but just because this is slightly bigger, it might take a little bit longer. So the only thing to be careful of as well is it depends on the power of your computer. So here I have a Mac, I believe it's maybe the M1. It's a little bit older as well. It's not the newest series. So you might get different performance. And if you can't or are struggling to be able to run this, I would recommend going for a smaller model. So you can install and do the Ollama run and find a model which is smaller, maybe a 3 billion parameter one. And as you can see here, you'll get a more high quality response. Write a client email, but it might take a little bit longer than that other one, which is the 7 billion parameter one. So there you go. That's how you can run a leading AI model for free on your computer, no matter where you are, even without Wi-Fi, on the train, on the plane, and for free and in a secure and private manner. So hopefully that helps. Please let me know if there's any other videos you'd like me to cover on AI, tech, or career advice. And if you're interested in the content that I do, I also just started a newsletter called Kiki Tech. So I'll be putting the link in the description of this video and all the channel description. So please click on that and subscribe if you're interested in getting more information about AI in a more concise manner in your inbox. So thanks a lot and have a good rest of the day.